of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%.
And speaking of Jeff Teague's defense, I mean, his rebounding, I think, could also be a little higher. I mean, with his bounce, he can get in there and grab a few more.
Dishes it to Teletovic. Pass to Gallinari. From outside the arc. Can't hit, so Philadelphia will take it the other way. They come in fresh off a win against the Warriors.
I mean, how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at him.
A chance now to go over to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Mike Budenholzer.
Team rebounding is something he stressed to his side, and rightfully so when you face a player that gobbles up the glass like Kevin Love. He told me that Love rebounds at an unreal rate, and his side can't take any mental breaks when it comes to boxing out on the defensive end. Love's numbers validate that fear, guys.
And as always, Doris, thank you. And the 76ers with a completely new group now. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Jared Sullinger's checked in for Kelly Olynyk. Scott comes in for Mirza Teletovic. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Gallinari. And Moore subbed in for Booker. Scott with a screen on Beverly. Sullinger. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Joakim Noah. After Sullinger last season, further indication, Clark, that he needs to keep working on his conditioning.
And that was a concern coming into the league with Jared, is just how committed would he be to working on his body all the time and maintaining the level of conditioning that he needs. And injuries have been a part of that not being the case, but when he's out there, he's capable.
Now here's Beverly to the inside. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Korver against Moore. Scott with a screen on Korver. Moore passes to Scott. Feeds it to Ingles. Sullinger outside. Teague for three. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Last time these two teams came together was also in this building. They were able to win it for the home fans.
And that last one came right down to the wire. The difference for me being the impact they got from their bench.
Really such a security blanket, Greg, when you can count on that second unit to step in and provide key minutes, especially when the game is in doubt. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now here's Moore. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but well, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Noah against Sullinger. Shoots from the corner. Korver, good. The Hawks trail by 3. Teague with the ball. Last game he had 12. It's hauled in by Beverly. Here's Ariza. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. 76ers lead by 3. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. Up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And guys, what's your take so far in Philadelphia?
Just almost an intimidating factor when you're able to go out and consistently come up with the block shots like they have defensively.
Well, what happens is shooters begin to start looking for the shot blockers, and it does intimidate them.
Derrick Rose is out there with Matthews. And it's Marc Gasol. Then there's Kevin Love. And it's Anthony in at the 3 slot. That's the group in the game for the 76ers. Now, here is Gallinari. He dishes it to Booker. Rose with the double team. And Booker kicks to Moore. A baseline J buries the jump shot. Moore's got his second bucket of the night.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
Now here's Rose. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. The dish now to Booker. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Rose passes to Love. Here's Moore. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. To the inside. Count it, and the 76ers lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Jared Sullinger. Philadelphia shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. And it's Moore penetrating. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Moore's got 4 this quarter.
And guys, you hear about how the Hawks are jokingly referred to as the Spurs of the East. It has to do with their coach, Mike Budenholzer, who's really brought that philosophy here to Atlanta.
Kelly Olynyk's checked in for Jared Sullinger. Here's Rose. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Another miss by Philadelphia. On for Coach Budenholzer, Greg. He did spend 19 years with the Spurs, so it makes a lot of sense. He won 4 titles during his time there in San Antonio.
And Kevin, you can really see how he's adapted and brought the motion offense over to this team, and it worked well for the Hawks.
Now here's Anthony. 8 points for him. Right wing. Right side Rose. Just 5 to shoot. Matthews left side. Here's Love, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as 3-point percentage was down, but still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. And Atlanta has possession. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Olynyk sets a screen for Gallinari. Misfires after coming off the pick.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
The Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far.
And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
That's good. And the Hawks lead by 1.
Both teams trading punches back and forth. This thing's like a heavyweight fight.
The momentum swing, really impossible to keep track of. The energy in the building just keeps going back and forth, ebbing and flowing. I'm loving it.
Now here's Moore. He has 6. Good work defensively by Gasol.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still great players, and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways. And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Reza comes in for Kevin Love. Kyle Korver, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Derrick Rose. Here's Anthony after the basket by Atlanta. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise, keeping everybody on their toes.
Pause. Tries yet again, and he sinks the layup. 9 points for Kelly Olynyk.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Reza dishes to Beverley. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Here's Anthony. And another one in the scoring column for him. He's 7 of 10 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And the basket by Olynyk. Olynyk's got 12 points in the game.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Out of bounds, Atlanta will take possession.
And taking a look at some numbers for Booker. How's the last month of basketball been for him? He's right around 13 points a night, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And you look at those numbers, not bad. But, guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully on his potential yet.
The 76ers making a switch here. Gibson's checked in, and a switch here also for Atlanta. Mike Scott's checked in for Kelly Olynyk.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
And Beverly kicks to Gibson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off defensively. They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Now here's Ariza. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Golden State. The pass to Noah. And there's the feed to Beverly. Rejected by Teague. 3-on-3. And stolen by Ariza. To the paint. Here's Gibson. Outside for Korver. Lets it go from deep. And he gets it to go. Korver's got 5 points so far.
Of all the guys you want to leave open out on the perimeter, he is the absolute last guy on the list. Attention to detail. Know your personnel.
Now here's Teague. He's got 6. He kicks it to Hawes. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 4th assist in this one.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Pass to Korver. Shoots. They get it back. And Gibson kicks to Korver. 24 seconds left to play here in the half. Korver missing again. Atlanta leading by 5.
Yeah, the shot clock's off. This could be the last possession of the quarter.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. That's exactly what they should have in mind here.
Teague drives in, can't hit.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. The Hawks on top. They lead by 5. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Carmelo, some great help off the bench during this first half. What does their contribution mean to this team?
Well, I mean, we always believe that we have one of the better bench.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter. The biggest lead for them. And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is up.
And we welcome you back to start the quarter. Players had a chance to get hydrated with Gatorade. And there's certain to be some great basketball ahead for us. Have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
It's as if he can get to the rim any time he wants. And in that first half, he wanted to quite a bit.
And that's where his points were coming from. I mean, the defense has to do a much better job of challenging him at the rim.
And on the floor for Mike Budenholzer starting the second half. We've got Mirza Teletovic, Booker out there with Teague. Then it's Kelly Olynyk, and it's Gallinari in at the 3, the small forward. Last year, a good one for Jeff Teague, Clark. He was a first-time All-Star in this league.
He's a pick-and-roll technician, so good in reading the defense as he operates from that spot on the floor. He was really the catalyst for what was a really efficient offense for the Hawks.
Here's Rose, and he dunks it down.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.